you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. President Biden met today with Israeli President Isaac Herzog. I had no idea he was the president, said everyone about both of them. In a new episode on her radio show, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley said that the results of the presidential election should be a wake-up call for Democrats for leaning too far left. In fact, the only thing less popular than far-left Democrats this election was Nikki Haley. CNN over the weekend published a report on the increase in so-called doom spending among Americans who've been shopping to help soothe anxiety. Look at that. Not even in office yet, and he's already helping the economy. Bye. Politico published an article this week about the Democrats preparing for the 2028 presidential primary, and just to get ahead of this, no! According to the latest numbers, Bitcoin hit a new record over the weekend at more than $80,000. Oh, that's great. Now you guys can buy sleeves. A Disney cruise ship rescued 4 people over the weekend from a sinking catamaran off the coast of Bermuda. We're good, said the other 9 people on the catamaran. The FDA last week proposed ending the use of a common ingredient found in most cold and allergy medications, including NyQuil, Benadryl, and Sudafed, or as Trump calls them, my 3 top advisors. Chipotle yesterday named a former Arby's executive as its new CEO. Wow, so he went from we have the meats to it's in there somewhere, just poke around in the rice a little bit. And finally, officials in South Carolina announced they've captured 25 of the 43 monkeys that escaped from a lab, which is a very positive way to say we lost 18 monkeys. And that was a monologue, everybody. We're off and running. We got a great show for you tonight. She is the co-host of CBS Mornings and the editor-at-large for Oprah Daily. Our friend Gayle King will be here, everybody. And she's a fantastic actress, you know, from the Mission Impossible and Dune franchises. Currently, she executive produces and stars in the Apple TV Plus series Silo. The 2nd season starts this Friday. Rebecca Ferguson will also be joining us. My brother Josh and I had a chat with Judy Greer this week on Family Trip. She's an absolute delight. Do give it a listen. Moving on, we here at Late Night don't always have time to cover all the recent news. So here with a recap is one of our writers, Amber Ruffin, in a segment we call Amber Says What?
I'm sorry, what? We still doing this?
Do what?
Like this, like life and work and stuff? Are we still doing all this?
Yeah, we are. You wrote a whole Amber Says What?
Before the election.
Amber, I know people feel bad right now, but, you got a job to do. Sorry, what are you doing?
Looking at the inspirational quotes on my Instagram. That's the only thing that's keeping me alive. Okay. It is in these dark times that we find out what we are truly made of. Oh. I guess meme star 69 is right.
You can do this, Amber.
All right, Seth. You guys, things have been... I can't. Oh, my God. 4 more years of it? Don't worry, be happy. No pain, no gain. Oh, here's that kitten with the hanging from the tree. Oh, all right. Maybe I can do it. You guys, things have been crazy. First of all, Olivia Rodrigo fell through a hole in the stage during one of her concerts, and I was like, what? Then Coldplay fell through a hole in one of his concerts. That's his name, right? John Coldplay? And I was like, what? You know who else fell into a hole? America. And we ain't never getting out.
Come on, Amber, I know you can do this.
You're right, I got it. Then I saw Dwayne Wade statue, and I was like, what? A beautiful example of black joy. Might it be the last one we ever see?
Amber!
I got it. Hope transforms pessimism into optimism. Oh, thank you, Bunny Farts 420.
Who do you follow on Instagram?
Then I heard about a popular new drink called mushroom coffee, and I was like, what? People are drinking magic mushrooms during the day? All right, I'll try it. Whoa.
Amber, the mushrooms in mushroom coffee aren't the psychedelic kind.
Oh, I'm hallucinating. I'm so high. Wouldn't it be nice if we were all just puppies instead of people? Ugh, you know who never elected a fascist? Puppies. Go to the next one. Then I heard Oasis was getting back together, and I was like, what? Who's Oasis? Then the little white boys that write for this show were like, those brothers from the 90s. And I was like, Eric and Lyle Menendez? Do we want them back together? But then they explained that Oasis is a band from England. Oh, England. Maybe I can move there. I gotta renew my passport. Okay, focus, Amber, focus. Then I heard this segment was scheduled for November 12th, and I was like, what? I don't work on Christmas.
Amber, Christmas is in 43 days.
Seth, is the Rockefeller Center tree here?
Yes, but...
Then it's Christmas. It is what may be our very last Christmas.
Amber, keep going. Didn't you want to tell people how Mariah Carey officially declared it Christmas?
You know what I want for Christmas? A Canadian marriage. That in Manhattan, there was a Timothy Chalamet look-alike contest, and I was like, what? Then the real Timothy showed up, and I was like, what? How could you tell? Thank God I wasn't a judge, because I feel like life is a Timothy Chalamet look-alike contest, and it's a billion-way tie for first place. God, am I gonna be able to make all white people look-alike jokes anymore? They're my favorite! Man, then I read this crazy news story that said more than 24 tons of cheese was stolen in London, and I was like, what? But people in London were like, what sold this then? Okay, all right, I got it. I'm back on track, baby. Then, in a recent football game, I saw something that I have never seen before. Okay, remember how in superhero movies that super teens have to pretend to be normal so they can play sports, but every once in a while they mess up and show their superpowers? That happened in real life, because look at this.
Hurts has time. Now locates Barkley out of the backfield. Barkley slips 2 tackles and picks up the first down, jumping up in the air to the 30.
The spin move at the last second. Bro. And then, what, Tiki, you're right. What is that?
He jumped over a whole human being. I saw that and was like, what planet were you born on? Is our sun powering you? That's a superhero. And we will need him. Maybe he is strong enough to save us. Please save us. Also, it was 81 degrees in New York City on Halloween, and I was like, what? Looks like the planet is broken. In more ways than one. Who knows how long we have left anyway?
Amber?
I'm sorry, Seth. I'm usually pretty positive, but this time I don't think I can muster it.
Maybe you just need to read another inspirational quote.
All right. In times like these, our communities must stand together. White, Black, Latinx, LGBTQ+, minorities, all of us. This election was terrible, but it has the power to unite us all, and we are so very capable. It's in times like these I'm happy I grew up Black in America, because if I did that, I know I can do anything. Oh. Wise words from Butt Sniffer 72.
Amber!
This been Amber Says What?
Amber Ruffin, everybody, we'll be right back.